Good day and welcome to Dr. Dispatch Tutorials. Today's video we're going to go over the installation of Dr. Dispatch on a new system in preparation for running it on a network. Real simple process. You always want to start with the main server or the main machine that's going to hold the data for Dr. Dispatch. Get in front of it first and go to the Internet Explorer and go to drdispatch.com. From here, go to Support, DRD5, and finally, installing Dr. Dispatch over here. You will get a link straight to the download, which we'll start that now and simply do a run. And I want to bring your attention to the difference between a server and a client install. The server we're going to want to put on the server machine, and the rest of the machines on the network, every one of them will be a client. Only one server, all the rest client. Drop down list. I'll show you where that's at as I run through this install here directly. And here we go. Just simply do a run to the screen here. I have Dr. Dispatch installed. This isn't an error we need to pay any attention to. Always go with your next buttons. Accept the license, install location. Here is where you choose client or server. Now remember, in this case, this is our server machine, and I'm going to install it as a server. Once again, all other machines, make sure they're set up to do as a client. We can only have one server. You folks out there that need to add a workstation to your existing network, follow these directions. Go get the install. You got to have a full install, not an upgrade. And when you get to this third next button here, make sure you drop the list down and choose client. And then just take it on from there normally. Next, 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 and that'll get you installed either as a server for the main machine. These are people that are setting up a new system. And do the next on through it. If you're adding a machine to your existing system, drop this down to client always and go next on through the system. Now, when you're done, I'm going to cancel out of this because I already have it installed, and we'll just bring it up here. And when you do a new client, now the server install is going to be pretty vanilla, pretty easy. It's going to install, and in the end of the install, it's going to set up and run just fine. Hang on just a moment here. Let me grab, I turned my server off in the process of the install here. Once again, opening Dr. Dispatch at the end of the install. On the server install, it's probably going to go right in here just like this, ready to work. Now, if you're adding a workstation, the client install, very probably the first time you open it, you're going to get presented with this screen here. Open Dr. Dispatch database. There should be the location of the Nexus database server, meaning Nexus database at and an IP address for the machine it exists on it. Not that you need any knowledge of this, but there should just be one server listed here, and you highlight that with your mouse. Second step, drop down the alias list and choose DRD5. So we highlight, then we drop down the list, and then we hit open. You'll notice it has the IP address we chose and the alias we chose in brackets up here, and always will have on these clients to show you where you're hooked to. And at this point, the client is hooked to the server, and you just do this on each machine with the client install, and then select your database as I showed you here. We'll go through this one more time. See, people seem to have trouble with this. Select the IP address. Secondly, do the alias, hit open, and you're good to go. Now, if there's not a database to choose here, you can try the refresh button. It usually doesn't do any good, but if there's not one here and it's working on the server, more than likely, now there again, if it's working on the server, more than likely you have a firewall blocking the signal from the server from your machine to the server. And that we can get into with a phone call to us or another video, but you normally should see this, highlight it, DRD5, open it, and you just do your client installs on as many machines as you need. One server, many clients, piece of cake. We'll see you next time. Thanks.